Two Jack Bros! Two Jack Bros!
Welcome back to Two Jack Bros, and if it is your first time, welcome, and thank you for giving us a shot. I am Sidney. I am sitting next to Ansley.
Hello.
And today our guest is none other than the Romy Rosner.
Thank you so much. Wow.
Yeah.
That's very nice. I'm not going to lie. That's very nice.
Yeah, I'm happy to have you here. This is exciting.
I'm very happy to be here. I feel better already. The brought me from like a 4 to a 10.
Yeah, nice.
That's killer, you know?
Nice. Okay. I always like to believe that being introduced to our kids takes you to at least a 7, but okay.
Yeah.
4 to a 10, not bad. Not bad. Our little biracial family didn't do it for you. Okay, it is what it is. To each their own.
Well, none of them shared their food with her, so
That's also fair.
Yeah.
That was harsh. I was
Yeah.
salivating. And
Yeah.
I was actually, they put me in the dog cage before I came up here.
Yeah, so guys, be mindful to check out Romy Rosner. She's going to be in the semifinals of the Philly's Funniest Contest on August 16th, right?
Yes.
And depending on when this comes out, you might be blessed with the chance to see her on Jake Matera and Friends on August 10th.
Yes.
Also at Helium Comedy Club. Yes.
Or you could invent time travel and go back and see it. Yeah.
All right, we're working on it.
Okay.
What if that's why somebody invented time travel?
To see Romy Rosner, Jake Matera. I would be like, that's a real bummer. That's a waste.
I mean, however we get there, we get there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like Hitler helped us deal with a lot of the ways we deal with hypothermia.
Yeah. You never know.
Yeah, you never know. You never know.
Yeah. I think about that all the time. I'm like, Hitler helped all of us.
Yeah,
you know
he
what I
did.
mean? I think about that all the time.
Doesn't get enough credit if you don't mind me saying so. Also, check out our Patreon. By the way, $1 gets you all of our exclusive content, which not only includes the counter to this podcast, which we call Two Jack Bros After Dark, but also some fight commentary and analysis that we do on Ansley's Jiu-Jitsu. I almost had that.
Yeah, you almost did.
On Ansley's Jiu-Jitsu matches. Well, more on that later. Romy, how are you doing?
I feel great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, Romy, do you know what we do on this podcast?
When you DM me, messaging me, I was unfamiliar. I thought it was just another podcast, and then I did my homework, and I went, oh boy.
Yeah.
Is it too late to cancel?
Yeah.
I was like, I hide my emotions all the time. No, I watched a couple episodes. I think it's very, very cool. I'm very excited.
Thank you. I'm glad you still came.
Yes, of course.
I really appreciate that. So basically the premise of the podcast, if this is your first time, is we're trying to prove that you can have a dark sense of humor and still reach enlightenment or a higher consciousness. So basically what we do is we take our guest, who today is Romy Rosner, through the process of enlightenment so that Ansley and myself and you, the listener, can laugh your way to a higher consciousness. Oh. Romy, are you ready for that?
I'm so ready.
All right, so everybody gets the same questions.
Okay.
And Ansley, let's go.
Okay. So, Romy, what situation or event did you learn the most information from?
Ooh, that's good. I would think dropping out of college, as funny as it sounds. I think I learned a lot from that about real world stuff, you know.
Okay, so what year of college did you drop out?
I graduated high school in 2020, and then I was supposed to be doing online school, and I told my parents I was doing it. I was not doing it.
Okay.
And then the next year, I was like, I'll just double up on all my classes when I was in person. And then I didn't love it. And then I dropped out.
I don't think that has ever worked.
Yeah, the double up of all the...
Yeah.
That's a lot.
It's a classic technique.
How far did you, like, how many weeks or months did you do?
3 days.
3 days.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
You're like,
I went to the wrong class too, which was really the piece de resistance or whatever, you know. I went to the wrong class.
Yeah, like the idea that you're going to double up on classes next year to make up for this year is the precursor to dropping out of college.
Yeah, because you're like not doing the classes now. You're like, I'll do twice as much. And
it's like the Twix before your foot falls off for diabetes.
Yes.
It's the last candy.
It's happening.
What did your parents say? Like when you had to come clean to your parents and be like, last year I wasn't doing anything. I was just,
Ironically, to drop out, you had to go to the Office of Student Success.
I just want to make you feel bad.
I saw that sign. And I was like, what the fuck? And I went in and I said, hey, man, like this college is not for me. I got to withdraw and drop out and blah, blah, blah. He was like, sign here and sign here. And then I went in between two vending machines to get privacy. And I called my mom and I said, here's the deal. Failed first year. I'm dropping out now. And she went, all right, just tell your father. And then the real call's to dad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I called dad. He said, all right, you know.
Oh, so that had to be a separate. She didn't hand the phone to your dad. It had to be a separate call.
It had to be a separate call.
Okay. Did she prep him at all, or was she just like, that's
No
just
prep.
between
You
them?
deal with it.
Yeah.
I think she probably made sure he ate beforehand, just so he was in a better mood, you know. But they're very supportive, you know. And I hadn't even. It's crazy. Like I didn't even drop out. Like I dropped out and like I wasn't booked. Like I'd never been booked before.
Yeah.
But I just doing mics all the time, and I was like, I'm gonna continue the mics. I'm gonna get booked, and we're gonna figure it out. But it did work out in the end.
They're supportive of you now.
Very much so. Yeah.
Nice.
What did you have a major picked, or did you have something at least in mind that you wanted to pursue in college?
Yeah, it was comedy writing.
Oh.
So I was like, fuck it, I'm doing that anyway. Like, I don't need to pay whatever to.
Yeah, that major basically says I'm going to drop out.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
He's so dumb.
Yeah. They have a pipeline to dropping out
Yeah.
in their college. Where was this Temple?
No, this was Emerson in Boston. Emerson
Drop out
College.
of Emerson? You motherfucker. What is wrong with you?
It's a good school,
No, I need to
right?
talk to your parents.
It is a good school.
Yes.
It's good.
Goodness gracious. Could you imagine all the connections you would have been able to make by like
I can see the
finishing a
disappointment.
degree of comedy writing?
Like I'm dropping out
at
again.
Emerson?
Yeah.
Goodness
They should have made
gracious.
you call Sydney.
Yeah.
Before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me your
Signing on the
parents'
line.
numbers right now. I'll call them both. Yeah. Okay, so if you had to distill what information it was that you learned from dropping out of college, what is it? Like, what is the tagline of that?
I would say what I learned is sometimes, big risk, big reward. I would say, not that I'm like killing, but I would say like sometimes saying fuck it is the greatest thing you can do. You know, it's not just jump. You know, if you're on the ledge already, don't like climb your way down. Just fall off. It's more fun, and sometimes it's more rewarding. Like if there's nothing like no bars, you know, it's just like, I don't know. It's great. You just have you just get to do what you really want to do in the end. You should just do what you want to do if you're good at it and you have fun and you can keep going, I think.
Do you feel like it was less quitting of college and more of like leaning into the comedy? Like when you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's a great way to put it. I definitely, because when I quit, it wasn't like I dropped out of college and I was like a bum. I was like working from 5 p.m. to like 6 in the morning, like every night, you know, for like a really long time. And then I was like losing my hair and dying, but like, you know, other than that, it was very stressful.
Wait, so you're working 5, what do you mean working?
So I'd like leave my house, like I would just hit mics all night.
Yeah.
And hang with comics. Because the hang is part of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would say.
Okay. I would not, but
well,
everybody's different.
But you know everyone. I didn't know
Yeah.
anyone at that point.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't know anyone, and you know, you're starting as just like this 19-year-old who doesn't know anyone, and
you needed to make friends.
I need to make friends and
Allies.
make
You need
connections.
allies. Yeah.
Know what's good, know what's not
Yeah.
good, what clubs to hit, what to not hit.
And then like claw your way to the top, and you need to know who you can backstab or who's going to come back and get
Exactly.
you later.
I need to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who do I have to defeat?
Yeah. So you basically learn to get out there and go after it.
Mm-hmm. It's a hustle, I would say.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Nice.
And that's it's good that you can take something out of dropping out of college.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. It's man, do you regret it ever?
No, never.
I don't think anybody ever regrets stopping college.
You think what? No, I don't think that's true. What about like the one person that jumps to my mind is Mike Rainey, who recently finished college.
Did you really?
And he finished it as a middle-aged. I'm like, how do I say this without sounding insulting? But it's like a 40-something
fucking
year old
loser.
with with 3 kids, and he posted a lot about it. I don't think he liked a second of it, but it was like something he felt like he needed to do.
Okay, so all right, so going forward, just don't correct me, okay?
Okay.
if I say something and you have a counterpoint, swallow that.
Okay.
Oh my god!
All right. So, okay, apparently some people do regret stopping college.
I just see Mike like destroying college. Like he just shows up. He's like, "What's up, pussies?"
Yeah.
Fucking slaps the professor across the face walking in.
Yeah.
He would kill college. I don't have
Yeah.
that.
Mike
But
is an oddly neurotic and sweet guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would not do that, he would like
He would like double handshake. The
You know what I mean?
professor.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my god,
yeah,
you're
yeah,
such.
yeah,
Thank
like-
you so
I-
much.
I've only done a couple shows with him, but I don't know. I guess that's in my mind. He looks like, you know, when you go to like a wedding and they do like the caricatures.
Yeah.
okay. All right, Mike Rainey looks like a caricature.
In a hot way,
Yeah.
Mike. In a hot way.
So, all right. So, thank you for sharing that. First of all,
Sure.
not the Mike Rainey hot caricature thing, but the thing about dropping out of
can cut,
college,
yeah.
right? And so now we open up the chakras from the bottom chakra up. The first chakra, this is the root chakra. It is located in the butthole. Are you okay
Sweet.
with that?
Hell yeah.
All right. That's verbal consent.
Yep. We're
Legally
going
binding in the state of Pennsylvania. So, all right, let's get it.
It's
All right. So, Romy, how did you learn to overcome fear?
Ooh. I don't know if I ever drinking. Like drinking and pills and but I definitely think I've done a lot better with fear in the past. I've grown a lot in the last year and a half. I'm only 20 now, but I think in my teen years I woke up anxious. Everything is like a problem. But with stand up, it's like it's kill or be killed. You just gotta get on stage and just do it. I think overcome with fear. I think literally drinking, not like to an excessive point, but like it's poison, but it's, I don't know, helps a little bit. I think saying your fears out loud sometimes helps, just like getting it off your chest.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with other comics, just being like, hey, I'm really nervous for this show, and someone going, I've done that, here's the deal, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
When I was doing Helium, like the first couple times, like I just didn't even know where to go. Like I didn't even know the doors. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And for me, I'm like a very like disoriented person, so I have to be a couple
You
places.
often struggle with doors.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm a push or pull is my worst nightmare.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like talking. I think talking it out really
Yeah.
helps. Yeah,
Yeah. So is that the technique you feel like you use most often, like saying your fears out loud?
I'd say so. Yeah.
Okay. That's I like that technique. That's
It's a
probably
great technique,
that's probably what I do. That's probably what I would just say that I, if I was ever blessed with the opportunity to be a guest on Two Jack Bros,
That would be your answer.
that would probably be my answer for that.
Yeah.
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 Can you remember a time in your life when you were the most scared?
When I was the most scared,
And it could be anything going back to deep childhood.
yeah.
But just the biggest spike of fear you can remember.
We had, when I was like in the 7th grade, someone in my family had like a health scare,
Mm-hmm.
and that was scary because you never know, like it's like it teaches you about the, like, it's like a marble on the edge of a table. You just don't know which way it's gonna roll. It's just in the hands of whatever you believe in.
Yeah.
So
Man, she grew up with some really even tables.
Yeah.
Yeah, I pretty much always know which way my marbles are going to roll around me. But I get what you're saying.
all right, my marble's on a
Yeah.
snow hill, I don't
Yeah.
know. But you learn about like vulnerability and it's true, like you don't know what you have till it's gone.
Yeah.
And then what you think is important is never important at the end of the day when you're about to lose somebody you care
Yeah.
about.
Oh, I'm sorry. So did that person passed away from
No, they
okay.
actually came back, which was very, very not from the dead, but like
Yeah.
that would be fucking awesome. But
It was sick.
no, they recovered. It took time, but they're alive and healthy, and it's great.
Okay. I'm happy for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And okay, but I like your technique of like speaking things out loud. That's something we actually really hammer into our kids.
Yeah.
Whatever is inside of them, locking them up, say it out loud, and it just loses its power, and you can move on. But that is a fear chakra unlocked. That's the butthole chakra unlocked.
Yes.
Off to a great start, Romy.
My butthole feels so good.
Tingles. Got the tingles.
People are going to be replaying that on a loop. Right?
Cut it. That's my new reel.
Yeah, that's going to be the highlight. It's going to be the clip of this episode. All right, Ansley, keep it moving.
All right, we are now to the pelvis chakra.
Okay.
It's a little segment we like to call My Bad. So it's an opportunity for you to apologize to a person, place, or thing in order to set your karma back to neutral.
Oh boy, we just got done doing Romy's Patreon episode, and it was an amazing time. Normally, I would throw this question over to the guest, but Ansley,
Yes.
she was brilliant.
That was awesome.
Goodness gracious.
Yes.
It's like, could it always be like this?
I know.
You know what I mean? Romy, did you have a good time?
I had such a good time.
Yeah, we did. We had a great time.
Great.
Yeah, thank you for bringing this energy into our home. You're awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, and $1, by the way, gets you all of our exclusive content, which not only includes this Patreon episode that is probably going to go in the Hall of Fame of podcasting,
Yeah.
you know, which is 2 Jack Bros After Dark, but also our, fight commentary and analysis that we do on Ansley's jiu-jitsu matches, as well as whatever else we put up there. $1 gets you all of our exclusive content. So now we're going to get back into this episode and find out who or what Romy has to apologize to.
Ooh, I like that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. This is gonna sound like a joke, but I swear to God, hand to God, it's true. I was at an open mic, and we were being silly, and there was a comic that wasn't there, and I happened to call him, referring to him, an asexual pedophile, right?
Wait. You referred to him as an asexual pedophile. Yeah. Okay. Like that was that was how, hey, remember an asexual pedophile? Like you got how, what was the context?
There was none. No. There was an open mic, a mic that my buddy was running, and there was another mic that was competing on the same night at the same time.
Yeah.
So I had happened to go to this mic, and I went, I'm not going to that other one. And then as an opener, I was just riffing up top, and I was like, well, we're not going to that other mic with that fucking asexual pedophile, am I right? And it destroyed. But no.
Hell yeah.
And then I got a message later in the night saying from this person being like, I heard you called me an asexual pedophile, and I
was it in quotes?
yeah. And I replied, I did, and it was hilarious. And I killed. No, then I felt bad because I do a lot of roasts. I don't know if you know, but I do.
Ansley knows nothing about you.
I do a lot of roasts in the city and in New York, and I do a lot of roasts, and I don't know, it's just like my thing and whatever, and I felt bad because you shouldn't roast anybody who's not there. You know what I mean? And then I go, I should, whatever. I thought it was like a friendly thing. It was like endearing, but, in the end it was not. But
yeah, that it got back to him is strange.
Yeah,
like
fucking
that. There was a rat.
Right?
Yeah.
And I know who it is, too, I found out.
You know who the comedy snitch is?
Yep, I do.
Oh.
Did you confront them?
No.
No?
Because they're new, and I was like, you idiot, don't do that, whatever,
They'll like, in a year, they'll be so embarrassed that they did that.
Yeah.
If they keep doing comedy.
Yeah.
You should never snitch. And if somebody says something at a mic, it's like free speech. You should be able to say what the fuck you want. But it's like, you don't, whatever.
Yeah.
But
But you're apologizing to the
I did. I saw. I was like, listen, what I said is true, but I'm very sorry I said it.
Okay.
But I literally felt gutted about it. Like I did.
Yeah.
I'm like, young and a girl, and it just makes my head spin, and I just felt bad.
Well, this is a huge apology. Like this is, decent platform to be given an apology.
Yeah. Sorry, asexual. But well.
Yeah, pretty. I'll tell you this: more people are going to hear the apology than heard the original joke.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how funny is that I called him an asexual pedophile?
Please let's not forget that part of it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Let's not forget how
hilarious.
fucking funny that was.
I'm sorry, but it was hilarious. All right, so yeah, that's definitely a pelvis chakra unlocked.
Yes.
Yeah.
Better already. This is
Hell
great.
yeah.
Nice.
Awesome. Ansley, keep it moving.
All right, we are to the gut chakra. So, Romy, how do you move past disappointment either in yourself or in loved ones?
Ooh. How do I move past this in myself? I mean, I guess time and like trying to make it up to people. I think back to like my parents both went to college, and it meant a lot to them. I think education means a lot to them.
Mm-hmm. Us. Education means a lot to your parents and myself. Us.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm disappointed.
The three of you. Just say, you can say the three of you instead of my parents. You can say the three of you.
Okay. I'm disappointed in my parents and 2 Jack Bros. I let myself out, but I think time. But I've made it up to them. It's very hard to explain comedy to people who don't understand. I find with like when I go on like first dates or whatever, and they're like, "What do you do?" and I say stand up, and then they're like, "What?" It's hard. But they're 61 and 62, so they are older, and but they're very good. My mom came to my funniest,
Yeah.
And she said, you did good, and I like your jokes and all that.
Well,
Actually, I said,
but
yeah.
there's more to it. Like, for her to just say they're supportive. My mom came to her Philly's Funniest competition. That doesn't really describe the amount of support. Her
Well,
mom.
you know
I
her
was
mom?
there. I hosted that night.
Okay.
I hosted one of the nights you were on, right?
Okay,
Yeah, I went
yeah.
through, and she spent like 3 minutes calling her mom a bitch.
I was going to leave that out, Sydney.
It was insane. Insane. And they were great jokes. Love the jokes.
Thank you,
right?
thank you.
And then afterwards, I saw her talking to a lady that looked remarkably like her outside the door. And she's like, Sydney, this is my mom. And like my heart sank. I was like, oh no, you were here? What the fuck? Who invites her? Mom, can you please come to my Philly's Funniest set? And then just trashes her for the first. It was a great job.
Okay.
Yeah.
In my so I do roasts, right?
Yeah.
And people are always say, I can't believe you do this roast, whatever. Growing up, and just like your kids, you have such respect for your kids, which is great, and they respect you. In my house, the respect is if you can insult each other, which I don't know why. That's a fucked up house, but it just is what it is.
I wouldn't call it fucked up. I would just say like a family trying out, to communicate through humor. You know?
And my mom,
I mean, that's kind of what we do, Romy. Like, what do you mean fucked up? It's a fucked up house.
No, I just mean, it's a similar thing, and it it's my
You saw me and my kids roasting each other down there. What are you talking about?
It's true. I was like, Sidney curses for his kids. This is fucking awesome. But it started. My mom used to come to my shows. I wouldn't have her come. Really, it's not like I want her there, but I couldn't get into the clubs. I needed to have someone 30 and over. That's how it started.
30 and over?
Yeah, usually for most of the stuff. And that night I was pretty fucked up. I'm not gonna lie. I did get pretty fucked up. And then I did my set and I went through, and then all my buddies kept coming up to me and being like, your mom, you called your mom a bitch like 17 times. And I was like, sweet,
In 3 minutes. 17 times
in
in
literally 3
That's a
minutes. And I was like, that's a record. No, she gets it. I don't know. I don't know. I guess it's my humor. I think it's funny to like.
No, it's cool.
You
It's
know.
a cool,
Parents have a good sense of humor.
Oh
then,
yeah,
too.
my parents are.
No, she's a sweet lady.
She's a very sweet lady, but my mom is like plays dumb in public. I think like she's very smart.
Yeah.
And my dad's very intelligent guy, and they have like the higher sense of humor, and I take like the lowbrow stuff, But I think it kind of when I'm writing and stuff, I try to even it out.
It's funny to be like as a kid rebelling against your parents' sense of humor.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah.
So let me ask you this question. So this is something I always like to ask during this segment is in school, did you do sports or any sort of theater or performance art situations where you remember a disappointment that sticks with you?
In school, I played volleyball and ice hockey, and then I did speech and debate. Mm-hmm. And I was really good at speech and debate. I won like the Pennsylvania regional thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look me up. No, I don't know. I should use that as a credit.
You should.
11th grade Pennsylvania regional champ impromptu speech. No,
Impromptu speech?
impromptu. Yeah,
That's pretty good.
it kind of is a little. I was president of my club. There was
That's
like
what's up.
5 people.
Yeah.
Wasn't that hard to be president, but I did good. It was my like intro into stand up a little.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, speaking publicly. I used to. What happened was I was losing for like my freshman year speech and debate, losing constantly, and then one day I got a topic and I went, fuck it, I'll just fucking do what I'll do at home and just like make a joke about it, and I got first place.
Hell yeah.
And then I was like, let's not take the intelligent route, Romy, because we're not getting anywhere with that.
Yeah.
They were like, you named a wrong president. I was like, whatever.
That wasn't the debate.
I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I started doing, humorous things about these topics, and I would kill in these classrooms.
Yeah.
But it really is like, how like when you start stand up, you have to like do good in different rooms, like old people, woke crowds, whatever. And then I would just kill in these like classrooms. Mm-hmm. So it was kind of cool, and they were all like spread out too. And usually you want people like front row or whatever. But it was very fun, and I was like, fucking A, like this is cool. I want to keep doing. I was gonna do that in college too before I disappointed.
So did you ever bomb? Did you ever like?
Yes.
Once you started being funny in these debates, did you ever bomb? Is there any bombs that stick out with you from your debate days?
No, I killed every time. No. This is gonna sound very dickish, but like no, I think I actually did very, very good. I think if I ever bombed, it was when I went like when I wanted to be smart, you know, and then I was like, we need to tone that down. And
so how about now? This you said volleyball and
ice hockey.
So are there any disappointments in those sports that stick out for you?
Sure, I was okay at ice hockey. I wasn't great. I wasn't good at stick handling, but I was fast. And I remember one time I got a goal because the puck came near me and I kicked it into the goal. And they were like, "That's the wrong sport. That is soccer, my friend." And then I didn't get the goal, and I was like, "This literally sucks." Yeah, yeah. But I had bad coaches, whatever.
Did you play? Was it a boys' team? Or
no, this was all
it was all girls?
First, it was co-ed for like a couple of years. Then they got enough girls to be a girls' team. But yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You scored a goal wrong.
I scored a goal wrong. And I was like, what can I do more? Like,
yeah. All right. We'll call that a gut chakra unlocked.
Oof.
All right. Ansley, keep it moving.
All right, Romy, we're at the heart chakra.
Okay.
So what have you learned from grief?
Ooh. From grief. I would say, surround you. Like, don't isolate yourself. I think loneliness is like very like it's sad, and I think even if you're not talking, just be with another person. I think their energy kind of like I don't know, kind of passes on to you a little bit. I'm just like thinking when my grandmother passed away or whatever, and my mom was upset, and of course, and you just want to like be with other people, and kind of it just takes time to pull yourself out of it.
Yeah.
I think.
So that was it's so like. So what I'm trying to figure out how to ask this. So your interpretation of what you learned from grief came from watching your mom handle the grief of her losing her mother?
Yeah, I would say
yeah.
so.
How old were you when that happened?
14.
Okay. Wow, you had a grandmom until you were 14?
Yeah.
That's pretty uncommon in the white community.
Yeah. No, she was old, she was sick for a long time, but yeah, that's true, yeah. No, it wasn't like tragic, she was old, but it's still sad, to lose your mom or whatever,
Yeah, no, that is. I mean, well, again, especially like watching somebody go through losing their mom. Mm-hmm. That's tough.
Yeah.
Because
Was your mom really open with, like, did your mom talk to you about what she was going through a lot?
Yeah, definitely. I think watching her give the first, like when I realized like true sadness, like 0 through 14, like I didn't know. And then watching my mom give her eulogy, I was like, oh, that's true grief. Like that's true sadness. I'd never seen anything like that, just in movies when people like give a speech and like shake and cry or whatever. And, by the way, I killed my eulogy. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Oh yeah, you multiple eulogies.
That's a skill, like to bring the right humor to a situation like that.
Yeah.
That's
I make that joke on stage. I'm like, the first time I did stand up, I was 14 in Ireland in my grandmother's funeral. But that's fucked up. But
that's pretty sick. You killed in Ireland. You on the road in a different country.
Different humor.
Yeah, much different humor. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
That's I was about to say we have a lot in common. Like I do have part of my origin story revolved around a public speaking class in college and making up my speeches on the spot without the teacher knowing it though.
Ooh, that's good. I could see you being able to.
Dude, I was crushing it. Crushing it. And I also killed at a eulogy once.
No way.
Pretty good time, yeah. Pretty
Sweet.
good time. Brought the house down. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, you murdered.
Yeah, I did. And I don't know if you know this. I mean, people probably don't know it if you meet me now, but crowd work is my specialty. Like.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's it's just we have a lot of things comedically in common. It's pretty interesting. Yeah. So, all right. So that is the grief chakra. Yeah, the heart chakra. Mm-hmm. Pretty good. I think pretty well done.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Good advice to surround yourself with loved ones.
That is good advice. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's very good advice. Yeah, that's a heart chakra unlocked. Ansley, keep it moving.
All right. So, Romy, we're at the throat chakra. So what is a favorite lie you have told or tell? If it's still in rotation, you get extra karmic points.
Ooh, that's such a good question. A lie, yeah. Oh, oof. I don't know, like grade set. Like, no. Yeah, probably. I lie a lot. You know, I lie a lot because it's fun and I'm good at it. But
That's the first time anybody has said that.
Yeah, I love it.
would you lie a lot?
I used to.
I
used to
lie a lot.
Yeah.
But not like to get away with shit.
No.
I just lie to make other people feel better.
Yeah, I probably stopped lying when I was like, what would you say?
Probably around 25,
All right, I would have said 30.
30.
So I was good for my last 5 years. I was so good she didn't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, as a kid, I lied a ton, a lot. I would embellish and whatever and stories, but a lie I tell now. And what was it? Extra points?
If it's a currently in rotation lie.
Oof. No, I can't. The biggest lie was like a year ago when I told my parents I was in school when I really wasn't.
Oh, yeah.
That was I feel like that was solid.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
good one.
Did you like to keep that up? Were you like gonna go study? About to
Yeah.
hit the but like it was like
100%. I'd be like, gotta go. And then I would play Tetris for 2 hours. And I'd watch specials.
Yeah.
It was like my comedy homework. I would just spend
Yeah.
time, learning about stuff and pretending I was in, writing 101 when in reality I was watching Gary Goldman,
Hey, Mom, Dad, can you keep it down out there? I'm trying to do a Zoom class. Thanks, guys.
The toughest was, I hate how involved they are. They'd be like, what was class like?
Yeah.
And I'd have
Yeah.
to like make shit up,
Do they ever come back around and be like, so remember all that time we talked about your classes? Like,
Yeah.
They're so disappointed. It's like the kind of, I mean, it was fun because I just would make characters up about students and
like, people you
teachers.
knew? Oh no.
I'd be like, Giselle wouldn't shut up in geometry, like just making
Your
stuff
mom's,
up.
I knew Giselle was the nice girl. There's no way she was constantly.
Yeah.
There's no way Giselle would have been acting that way. That was.
Are you sure geometry is a college class?
And like social studies. They're like, what?
Thank you. That's what I was going for. Something like that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's why there's two of us.
Yeah.
That's why there's two Jack Pros. Okay. Yeah. So, all right. So that's the lie. That's the lie then, because that's a pretty big lie, and it's
That's
like
a big one.
it went on for at least a year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds exhausting.
It does
It's
sound.
very
exhausting.
Yeah.
Do they ever now check, like, is there anything big you're not telling us right now? Are you still doing comedy?
I literally, my dad, it was literally today or yesterday. He was like, "What happened the first year?" And I just like kind of explained. 'Cause I was like, "You catch out of the bag. I live at home." I was like, "I didn't go to class and I failed." And he was like, "Oof," He was like, "That's rough, Rome." He's like, "Maybe we dial it back a little. Let's figure something out."
Man, he hit you with like a Batman exclamation.
Yeah.
Like the comic book style. Oof, oof. Yeah, nice. Yeah, all right. So yeah, that is definitely a throat chakra unlocked. You lied to your parents for a full year
Yeah.
about doing Zoom classes.
Yeah.
Right? It was all at-home classes, right? For
Yeah.
the first year? Yeah.
Mhm.
Wait, did they like there was payment for the college?
Oh yeah.
And they were like were they sending, was there a point where they were like sending a check and you were like, wait, don't send the check because
Yeah, when I got accepted, I was very hesitant to go. I never did well in high school. I never did well in school my entire 0 through 18, and I was very hesitant to go to college.
did you get in like based off of the debate skills that you had?
I
or,
got
like-
in because I started doing stand-up at 16, so they thought that was interesting, and I was doing well in speech.
Yeah.
And I wrote really good essays because, like, writing obviously is a big part of stand-up. So those, I think, got me in, which is crazy because Emerson's a good school, you know. And I got in just off everything else with an F, literally.
Really?
Yeah, and I barely graduated high school for attendance, anyways.
What were you doing instead of going to school?
So my best friend lives across the street from my high school, and she has an outdoor ping pong table.
Playing a lot of ping pong.
we literally play ping pong.
Wait, so are you sick at ping pong?
I'm really good.
That's crazy.
I'm really good.
That's a fun skill. Yeah.
I'm not good at beer pong. Ping pong, yeah. I'm like, take the cups away. Let's get real.
Yeah.
But you guys were outside looking at school. Like you were like daring to get caught. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
One time we went with a third friend, which is always a mistake. Never ever invite the third friend.
They're not ready for it.
They're not ready.
It's
They
a
don't-
lifestyle that's moving too fast for them.
yeah. And she was so nervous, and it was my friends and my best friends. I said, "Why are we bringing this broad? She's so annoying and whatever." And we got out of school property, and her phone started blaring, like out of a spy movie. I said, "What's wrong with you?" It's like an Amber Alert. I go, "What's going on?" She goes, "Oh my God, my parents have me tracked. If I'm not in school grounds, like the phone goes
What?
off during 9 to 4, whatever."
Yeah.
So I go, "Okay, give me the phone," and I took her phone and I threw it as far as I could back onto school. It like smashed or whatever, but it was still in school property, so it stopped beeping.
You don't think the smashing has something to do with that?
No, well, smashing. Yeah, maybe.
Probably.
That's what,
Okay.
Probably.
Yeah.
It must have smashed. It went so far.
Yeah.
I threw it well. But, yeah. So I played ping pong, and it was a good time, Sorry, Mr. Guay. I wasn't in physics,
Okay, so we got there because you say you weren't doing well in school, and you brought that up to say you were a little trepidatious about even going to Emerson in the first place.
I told my parents, I said, "I'll go. You want me to go." And I wanted out of the house. And I said, "I'll go, but I don't know if I'm going to do well. Like, I just don't take directions well." And we learned I have, like, processing issues and shit for, like, school stuff. But, yeah. And I was like, when you send in, like, the flat fee to pay and the dorm and food and whatever, it's a big amount of money. And, yeah. But then 3 days in, when I was like, this is not for me. And then I went to the Office of Student Success, and I said, I need my money back. And he was like, well, you've dropped out within, like, 50 hours. You can actually get it back. So it's like, thank the good Lord.
Yeah.
I think
Nice.
if I couldn't have gotten the money back, my parents would be like, you're staying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was probably part of it. But,
Nice.
yeah.
All right, well, again, throat chakra unlocked. All right, Ace.
All right, we are at the third eye chakra now, so we're out of the physical into the metaphysical. So, Romy, what is something that you'd always thought of as separate, but as you've gotten older, you've learned that it's really the same?
Ooh. Always thought as separate, but it's really the same. I would say, like wealth as a general term. Like, I as I've gotten older, like, I think there was, like, even, like, a Muhammad Ali quote that I really like, that, like, I pay rent, like, it's not, I'm going to butcher it, but, like, every day that my feet are on the ground, or when I help people, that's the rent I pay to keep my feet on earth. Saying, like, just health is wealth. And I like that a lot, because I'll see, like, the internet is so crazy with everything, and I'll see stuff on Instagram or whatever, the houses or the cars or whatever. And I, like, wealth to me now, I think, is, like, when I'm driving in the car with my mom, and we're just, like, listening to music and talking, she's talking about whatever, and it's just nice. It's the best part of my day. It's the calm. It's like, when you're in the ocean, you put your hands on top of the water. It feels so good. That's kind of how it feels a little bit.
Did you ever use that explanation for why you dropped out of college to your parents?
I should have. I'm like, Mom, I really want to spend time with you.
It's like, what are you going to do for money? It's like, well, I mean, wealth. This is wealth, Mom. What's happening right here between us?
Me and you, baby. Let's play cards.
Yeah. But that's like, that's very bohemian.
I like that,
of you. Like, very bohemian. But yeah, that's I like that as well.
Yeah, like my somebody will say to me, like my dad or somebody will be like, what aren't you upset you're not getting paid? You're not getting paid for stand up. I'm like, if you go into stand up wanting to get money, you are out of your mind. Like, that's not, it's a drug. That like do you know what I mean? Like, the feeling, and when you kill, it's like, I don't want to get paid. Like, that's great. Like, eventually, but like, I don't know.
Yeah, I want to get paid.
Okay. All right.
I remember not wanting to get paid, and Ansley hated it.
I want to. I don't want to get paid to the point of whatever. I just want to move out of my house. You know?
Yeah.
But I just started. So, but I'm very like the money for me is like.
And he's looking at you, remembering how small my financial goals were at one point too.
She's so disappointed in me.
That's what. Wait, why do comedians have such small financial goals? That's really strange.
I take everything back. I'm sorry, Ansley. I changed my mind.
Yeah, now you got Ansley on your ass.
Yeah.
Sorry. But health is wealth, and my mom, when we're waiting, when you're at the doctor's office and it's like such a long wait, you're waiting an hour and you go, this is insane, I'm just getting a flu shot or whatever. My mom, I really credit her, she's always like, you don't understand, like, people would give anything to wait an hour for, like, people are sick and they're hurting right now, and you're completely fine just waiting for a shot. You got to be grateful for that stuff. And I always think when I wake up, I'm like, I'm not in any pain. Like, that's just so amazing. Like, I feel great.
You must not be 42. Yeah, I remember those days.
Yeah, right.
Fondly, very fondly.
Yeah.
I miss those days.
You guys are like fucking ninjas, though. That's different.
Yeah, it is a little different, I guess. I mean, but there's a difference between like having like a scar on your chin because somebody was trying to strangle you through your own face, and like your joint. Yeah, you're like that clicking has nothing to do with jujitsu.
Yeah.
So
that's funny.
Yeah, but it's the third eye chakra unlocked, and a very good answer.
Thank you.
A very good answer. So, Ansley, keep it moving.
Yes, we are to the final chakra, the crown chakra. So it's 2 parts. So, Romy, what is one thing you can't give up and why? And what would giving it up mean?
Ooh.
Ice cream.
The ice cream.
Yeah,
Mr.
A
Softy.
little late for him.
Yeah,
it is a little late.
Like, now we have to go tell the kids never go to the ice cream truck when it's dark out because he's kidnapping you.
Yeah.
Do I just imagine our kids are just like staring out the window with the soundtrack,
licking the
Hello,
glass.
darkness, my old friend.
Yeah.
Poor kids.
The Moody Blues is playing.
Dude, they have like there's an ice cream truck literally right outside of our house, and they have no access to their parents.
Yeah, I know.
That's brutal.
Wow. So, but yeah. So, Romy, what was that?
One thing you can't give up and why, and what would giving it up mean?
One thing, I mean, I'll go like, because we're both comics, I would say I could never give up stand up. If it's the one thing that keeps me, sane. I would have no purpose without it. I feel like it's the only thing that brings me true joy. But giving it up would mean like I literally would like just stare at the sun. There would just be no point of Romy being Romy. I feel like.
Okay. That's bad for your retina.
Yeah, that would be brutal.
Should not be staring at the sun. That's
but if I didn't stand up, I would.
Caveman shit.
Yeah. It's just like, it's great. And as I said, I think stand up is a drug. I really, really do. Chasing the high of like whenever you first killed or whatever. But that's how I feel at least. But you can't give it up.
Yeah. I'm always chasing the high of my next kill.
Yeah.
I used to chase the high of my last kill. It's brutal.
Yeah.
It's brutal.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's
the next kill. I
always feel sad. I'm sad if I bomb, and then sometimes when I kill, I feel sad in a weird way. It's like winner's blues in a weird way. I don't know.
Yeah, you could probably just kill a little bit harder next time.
All right, maybe. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you got to kill yourself out of sadness, Romy. You're not killing. Yeah. So, but yeah.
It's
so
like yeah.
You got this drug that you can't give up, and what does your life look like without stand up?
She's blind. She's staring.
Yeah,
I'm staring. I'm doing it since I was 16, so I don't know really.
Yeah.
I think it would be very, very dull, and I think I would just be making fun of people on the street with no rulings or anything. It would be harassment, really.
Yeah.
I would just be kicking buildings and being like,
You're gonna become a black Hebrew Israelite.
Yeah, saying mean things to people,
Yeah.
roasting people as they walk by.
That would be hilarious to see Romy out there dressed like fucking a Mortal Kombat character,
Yeah.
holding a Bible, like talking about white people as they walk by.
you haven't seen my Sundays. So
Love it.
But I would say that's
All right.
why.
Well, First of all, do you have time to stick around for the Patreon? Did not even ask you that. We have a Patreon after this. So you cool with that? Cool. That's $1, by the way, gets you in all of our exclusive content, which not only includes the counter to this podcast, which we call Two Jack Bros After Dark, where we unlock the chakras of the shadow self. Did you know that? You know that now. And some fight commentary and analysis on Ansley's jiu-jitsu matches. Be sure to check out Romy doing comedy August 16th in her semifinals of Philly's Funniest, as well as, if this comes out in enough time, August 10th at her Helium show, Jake Matera and Friends. So that'd be a good time. But yeah, how do you feel, Romy, that we're done?
I feel great. Thank you very much for having me. This was very cool. I've always seen this, and I like the intro song too. It was very fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. It's a good time.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And guys, you guys head on over to our Patreon, and we'll see you there. And if not, thank you so much for listening and watching. We love you guys, and we're out.
Love you. See ya.
Two Jack Bros. Two Jack Bros.